project is Jem Finch. Jem Finch is the oldest child of Atticus Finch, and he is also Scout Finch's older brother. Although he sometimes teases Scout, Jem is a good brother. He protects her, serves as one of her best friends, and in the end saves her life. Atticus has raised Jem to be a tolerant, courageous young man with integrity. Jem's character does not exhibit laziness throughout the novel. When Jem is told that he needs to read to Mrs. Dubose each day for an hour after school, including Saturdays, Jem follows through with the tasks. He even reads to Mrs. Dubose for a longer period of time than he was initially told. This tells the reader, Jem is continually telling Scout about what he learned in school, and this tells the reader that Jem pays attention in school and gives effort. Atticus has taught Jem the importance of having a good work ethic, and Jem displays this effort throughout the novel. Jem is a very dynamic character in the book. This whole story is a transitional period for Jem as for any boy. He enters puberty. He changes from a very innocent boy to a boy who realizes that everything is very harsh in real life. As the story progresses, Jem begins to change. He becomes quieter. Scout calls her brother moody. There is more to it than that because Jem acquires the quality that will fill out his character when he becomes an adult. The night of the pageant shows how courageous Jem has become. When he hears or feels that someone is following them, Jem worries about Scout. He protects her by fighting the shadowy figure with no concern for himself. And it is in this fight that Jem has his arm broken by Bob Ewell. One of the biggest changes in Jem issues from the trial of Tom Robinson. As Jem listens to the adult discussion of the trial, it is proved that Jem can understand the difficult issues that are involved in this case. He is astounded when the guilty verdict is given out by the juries. And in chapter 22, there's a quote saying, There's it was Jem's turn to cry. His face was streaked with angry tears as we made our way through the cheerful crowd. It ain't right, he muttered, all the way to the corner of the square where we found Atticus waiting. This shows that Jem is starting to realize the prejudice in Mako. For the symbol, I have a bleeding dove to represent Jem's loss of innocence. Jem has lost his innocence slowly towards the end of the book, and it all started when he realized all of the racism around Mako. And for the symbol, I have a football right here, simply because Jem loved to play football. And then on the first page of the book, Scout says that when Jem breaks his arm, all he cares about is whether or not is he able to play football again. And then Jem also asked Atticus to play football with him because he wants Atticus to enjoy football like him. For the design, I drew a tree with a swing because in the story, they talked about how they have like a tire swing thing right next to their house. And for the house and the staircase, I used some sandpaper to represent like the roughness of the roof and the staircase thing. And then in front of the house, I used some green foam and like some little flowers to represent like the grass and stuff. Overall, Jem is a very interesting character and he continues to be more mature throughout the story. Jem is a perfect example of a very dynamic character because his thoughts are becoming more mature throughout the story and after everything that he has experienced. Thank you.